AI literacy and media literacy is what we believe is important. So our organizations that we have here as partners also of the coalition have emphasized the importance of our policies, our suggestions, but also self-regulation. Ours is also more of how we can effectively educate the Filipinos. So one of the things that we would like to align here is that education is very important. Teaching how to spot deepfakes, manipulate content, and even how AI algorithm works. So Filipinos can hopefully be self-aware of possible scenarios that they can be scammed para hindi tayo masyadong naloloko. Now, one of the things that we do want to request is that although best practices can be determined globally, sana whatever we come up with is really customized for the Filipinos in context in mind. Best practices can be studied, but dapat bagay sa ugali at dynamics ng Filipinos on how we handle online. Then possibly supplemented by technology that works behind the scenes, because we understand that AI tools are being used for development of this disinformation. However, the same AI platforms can also be a tool for preventing and monitoring of such initiatives. AI tools that can flag troll activities or check image sources. These are very simple tools that can be taught to Filipinos. AI can be used to protect us if that's how we use it right. Another thing here with the importance of the coalition that we represent is combination of technologies, AI, blockchain, cybersecurity, hand in hand with data science is a very, very strong tool that we can use to protect Filipinos. So yes, once again, Global AI Council Philippines is here as part of the organizations of the newly convened Digital Media Standards Coalition. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Before the chair recognize Chairman Abante, and the chair would like to recognize first Representative Geraldine Roman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Your time to interpolate. Thank you.
Yes. My line of questioning is in relation to the Digital Media Standards Coalition, because this is also related and to the bill that I filed last Monday, which seeks to recognize this council, as well as it also seeks to regulate social media platforms. Now, Mr. Chair, I will be directing my questions directly to Ms. Ubaldo, and I would like Ms. Ubaldo to speak loudly, if possible.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, thank you.
Mr. Chair, is the Digital Media Standards Council an already existing entity?
There was a press conference, yes. It is existing already.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Yes. When was it established?
We first established this a few months ago, around March, but we've been regularly meeting.
Is this an initiative of the stakeholders themselves, or has this been prodded to or encouraged by government?
Private-led.
It is private-led. Okay. May I know the composition of the Digital Media Standards Council?
Right now, we have, of course, the Global AI. We have the cybersecurity. We also have invited the Digital Marketing Association of the Philippines. We also have the Kapisanan ng mga Social Media Broadcasters ng Pilipinas, which is the KSMBP. And we have the Innovations PH. So it's easily about 7 of us already. And we believe that we are already mobilizing to get additional members.
Yes. Do you also have members of the academe amongst you?
I know that we have insights, yes. Actually, I don't know, I don't want to speak for her, but our executive director is actually former dean of Philippine Women's and also of the Asian Institute of Journalism and Communications.
Can you say that your organization or coalition is apolitical?
I can say that it's non-government, non-partisan, no bias.
It is very important to point out that this coalition is apolitical. It is the only way, in my humble opinion, that this coalition can actually have some form of credibility. Now, may I ask, Ms. Ubaldo, do you have your own code of ethics and standards in just like the KBP or the ANT Standards Council?
Yes, in answer to that, the Code of Ethics is number one priority. So it is currently being created, and we are actually being very diligent about this, and we're crafting it with research and homework. Again, we resort to the 50 years of self-regulation, and we want to pattern it towards that. And as soon as we get that done, of course, we are going to share it as well.
May I ask, Mr. Chair, Ms. Ubaldo, why do you insist on self-regulation?
Because personally, I've been in my industry for decades as well, and I know for a fact that it works. In the first place, we have models like the KBP, and they function as, they have their own, penalties. They have their own code of ethics. They have annual reviews of their standards. They have annual reviews of their practitioners. I know that they're broadcasters and they're under MTC and they're under government bodies, but as a group in itself, they can police. I'm using that loosely because I don't want to sound that this is very, very close. But I want to use the word police, meaning you know your ranks and you can rein them in. And I think that I hope that I answered your
Yes,
question.
you are in favor of self-regulation because you believe in the capacity of the stakeholders themselves to quote-unquote police your own ranks. Now, may I ask, are you open to membership from different stakeholders,
Yes, definitely. That's
regardless of political ideology?
Definitely.
Yes.
I think that's what. If you look at organizations like the ASC and the ad board before it, and the Philippine Board of Advertising before it, that's a whole lot of competing entities. If you're looking, for example, if you'll allow me, in one group you have the 4As, which are the agencies operating in the Philippines, and they are actually, competing agencies. They
Okay,
fight for the same
thank you
clients.
very much, Ms. Ubaldo. May I continue? You do accept members and content creators from different, let's say, ideologies,
Yes.
without discriminating?
That is the ideal, yes, that's what we are targeting.
And would you welcome their input as well
Definitely.
within your coalition?
Definitely.
Yes. Let's talk about the values of the Digital Media Standards Council. Do you value freedom of speech and freedom of expression?
Yes.
How much?
Well, I know that it is, the freedom of speech is given for you to exercise, but its responsibilities are within what is given by law and what is given by values. So it's basically your right to free speech and where you're already impeding on other people's rights.
Yes, let me expound on what our resource person has said. Actually, she's talking about the constitutional right to free speech and expression. And as you rightly pointed, this right is sacred and inviolable. But it is not absolute. Yes, the state has the obligation and the duty to regulate the exercise of this freedom, but using the least restrictive means. Now, may I ask Ms. Ubaldo, would you be in favor of the establishment of a government agency that would act as a watchdog over content creation?
Government watchdog. Will this be in collaboration with the Digital Media Standards Coalition? I think working in partnership will be a very good way of looking at it.
Let me answer you with another question. Does the KBP work with another government agency?
It works with, meaning it is under, broadcast laws like the MTC.
Yes, it works with laws, but not with agencies. Okay, this is precisely my point. This is the essence of the bill that I filed last Monday, that content creation should not be regulated by any kind of government agency that will actually define what fake news are. Because the mere fact that it is a government agency.